Imaginary people. All right, yo, check it. So now we're about to learn every major trophy. After that, after this video, we are going to reveal my team that I am picking to ride with for years, season after season, cup after cup. And I have a player that I picked out that I want to follow their young career and see where they go. I don't know, I might pull a Bron move. I might follow the player everywhere he goes. But right now, I picked the team because of this player. And that player is, well, we're going to wait to the next video. So right now, we are about to learn about every major trophy so we can understand why, what is what. So let's get to it.
The FIFA World Cup is the most prestigious tournament in international football, where 32 national teams compete for global supremacy. First held in 1930, it's become the most watched sporting event in the world. The tournament spans about a month and features a group stage followed by knockout rounds.
Oh yeah, welcome to everyone. If you're watching this, and you're probably watching this after the World Cup, or even if you're watching this during the World Cup, welcome to United States of America. Hope you guys enjoyed the food, because we've seen a lot of videos of you guys enjoying the food. And you want to know a little funny thing about that? You guys are only enjoying, as we would say, the tier 1 experience of the United States. And the tier 1 experience means you're enjoying all of the fast food joints, the chains, the corporate food, the food that we don't really kind of find good. And you guys are enjoying it, as long as you guys are enjoying it. But if y'all like to go to layer 2, Layer 3 America, aka the mom and pops, the places that you only could find in certain neighborhoods, holla at me. We would love to take you to a tour of more in depth of the United States. You know, some people say the real United States, but we'll just say more in depth. But we love that you guys enjoying, you know, Cracker Barrel, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, you know, things of that nature. IHOP. I saw somebody say IHOP was the best they ever had. We don't even go to IHOP out here. Like, you know, I don't even, it's like one of those things where we had this question that we ask in America. We be like, how is that still open? You know, places like Arby's, Long John Silver's, IHOP. It's like, how is that still open? But you guys love it. I don't know what they are doing to your food out there, or what they are not doing to your food. But we got good chemicals over here. You'll love it. Straight dopamine hit every single time. And hope y'all don't get caught with that wrench. But welcome to America for the World Cup.
Brazil holds the record with 5 titles, while Argentina are the current champions, having won it in 2022.
So when Argentina won it, that was their first time winning it with Messi. I knew Brazil was always like that. I knew we heard about Brazil before getting into this. So Argentina first time was winning was 2022.
Pinnacle of a footballer's career. Lifting this trophy means becoming a part of history forever. The Euros.
Pele.
Held every 4 years, the Euros is the most prestigious international tournament for European national teams. It features 24 of the continent's top teams competing for continental glory.
So we gotta check into the Euros too. I need a companion with me. I need somebody that's in the comments. If you also create content too, I would love for you to, hold on, let me say this in the bigger screen. Someone that is in the comments. And if you also make content too, I would love for you to be my international partner with this football thing. Now, not another American, someone from overseas, to where, you know, we can link up, we can make this happen. You show me the leagues, we can go to different games, you can show me the fandom, you can show me the chants, all of that. We're gonna make this a thing, y'all. So when I do my vlog inside, because right now we just doing desktop so we can learn what's going on before we actually jump out onto the world. Yeah, so when we actually go out and do these things and vlog this, I definitely need someone that also creates content too, because they'll understand, you know? So we want to tour Europe. We want to tour all over the world and watch these games. Also F1 too. You know, people that love F1. I've been getting in F1. I've been watching the Netflix Time to Drive. What? Fire.
Qualification running in the years before the tournament. The current champions are Spain, who secured their 4th title in 2024. That makes Spain the most successful team in the tournament's history, overtaking Germany, who have won it 3 times. This competition has produced some of the most iconic moments in international football and often showcases future global stars. It's second only to the World Cup in terms of prestige for national teams.
So these things they're saying they're based on prestige. Okay.
Copa America. The Copa America.
Yeah, I've heard of Copa America, so I'm pretty sure Copa America got to be old as hell. But I heard of it before, when I was younger.
Is the oldest international football competition, dating all
Look at me being right.
the way back to 1916. It's held every 4 years and features the top national teams from South America, governed by CONMEBOL. The tournament is known for its intensity, passionate fans, and legendary rivalries, especially Brazil versus Argentina. The most successful teams are Uruguay and Argentina, who both have 15 titles each.
Ooh, okay. So this is where I would say where became Messi is because Messi kept winning the Copa Americas. So that's how Messi became quote unquote the GOAT because of the Copa America titles he's been winning. And that, am I right? Let me know.
Current champions are Argentina. Copa America is a must-watch for fans who love flair, drama, and historic matchups. AFCON. The Africa Cup of Nations is the main international football tournament in Africa, organized by the Confederation of African Football. It's held every 2 years, showcasing the best national teams across the continent. AFCON has been played since 19...
So what I've heard, Africa isn't good. Like they're not good when it comes to actual World Cup FIFA soccer. When it comes to playing to the UEFA. Is that what it's called? UEFA? What the hell would they be calling it? They're not good. African nations aren't good. I know United States. I know we're trash. I understand that because we never cared about it because of we watch American football and we play baseball. We play other major sports, whatever. And it's funny because the best players in our sports aren't Americans. The best basketball players right now, now that LeBron James is at the end of his career, are all Europeans. It's crazy. The best player right now actually is a Canadian. For people who don't understand or don't know that basketball is actually a Canadian sport. We took that from them. So basketball was invented in Canada and their best player is a Canadian. SGA. Hockey. I think North Carolina just won it, or Carolina. They just won it. I think they're like the Carolina Canes or something like that. I think they just won that. But I know their best player is definitely not American. Baseball, best player is Japanese. Pretty sure he's Japanese. Except for American football. American football, we got great American Tom Brady. I know they want Josh Allen to be the face because we got this racial thing that's going on here in the United States where everything's about race. Sorry guys, but everything about race. So they typically want a white man to be the face of the league, like they're doing for WNBA, where there's a player who really the best player. Her name is AJ Wilson. Best two-way player that league has ever produced. Back-to-back MVPs, championships, all of that. But they want Caitlin Clark, who's a white girl who plays for Indiana, which we would consider like a white state. They want her to be the face of the league. They want her, she's bringing on the viewers and all that. Race relations here is very weird. But that's what they kind of want here in America. They want a white face to be the tag of these multi-billion-dollar entities. So even though they want Josh Allen, which my team is the Buffalo Bills, because that's where I'm originally from. I'm from that area, upstate New York. And they want Josh Allen to be that guy. But the real winner is Patrick Mahomes, who happens to be mixed, or they would call him black, but he's light, fair skin. So like I was saying about the race dynamics here, is they want everybody to even if you're black, they want you to look Eurocentric. Same thing with Aaron Judge in baseball for the Yankees. You will look at him. I mean, depending if you wasn't really privy to race, some people would look at him and they would consider him as called passe blanc, which means white passing. He would look like a white guy off of first glance, and then you look, oh, okay, this is a black dude, whatever. But that's how serious it is here in America when it becomes race relations. And for people that's watching this internationally, you guys be like, what is race in America? Because we have that. The slavery thing is very, very deep, and it has never ended here in the United States. Under the 13th Amendment, slavery is actually still legal for quote unquote criminals. So I have to say quote unquote criminals because African Americans are disproportionately arrested or jailed. One out of every 3. And then they use propaganda and things of that nature to make it seem like we are criminals. But all of that has been proven. Documents are out. Government documents stating that they're just doing this unfairly and nothing's actually being done about it. But those are the race relations here in America. And that's why our U.S. soccer team sucks. Because black kids who tend to be our best athletes in the world are priced out. they can't afford to play this sport of soccer. They can't afford. They don't. We don't have soccer pitches in the hood. And for people that's watching internationally, what the hood is basically we had something called redlining. So what redlining is basically neighborhoods and districts that where specific races of people or colored people are actually placed. And within those places, you can only get certain opportunities, budgetings, schooling, all of that, and it's tend to be low quality. So since soccer is considered what you would say a high quality international sport, we're not gonna have that type of sport there because they gotta create a soccer pitch, and when they create a soccer pitch, is you gotta make it turf or you gotta make it grass, and it has to be taken care of. They're not gonna have the budget to put it in the hood or what they would say the ghetto. So we would have to go travel outside of quote unquote the hood and go to these other places to actually go play. And nobody has the money for that. And that's due to redlining, disparities in education and finance and economics, which these things, if you look up American history, are all proven to be true. So there's this thing here in America where they try to say African Americans, we have a quote unquote victim mentality because we say, hey guys, this is unfair. Well, stop being a victim. What do you mean? You guys are literally being unfair, and when we say this is unfair, we should be quiet. The politics out here is crazy, but that's why you don't see that many Black Americans in U.S. soccer until this year. And as you saw, that our team was noticeably better and faster. And we did have someone that was from I think UK who's primarily African, Belgian, but then the rest, Alex Freeman and the rest of those players Black Americans. But the crazy thing about them, about being Black Americans, they came from affluent parents. Alex Freeman, his dad was a Hall of Fame American football player. So they had the money and the access to actually play, travel, and get in there. But then there's something that people need to notice when it comes to kids that are quote unquote from the hood or come from a harder life, is that they have the killer instinct. And these other countries have that killer instinct because, like I said before, about you see players coming from favelas, coming from the worst parts of Europe or Brazil or South America or Mexico, playing on basically dirt or concrete, and they're trying to make something of the soul so that they would have that killer instinct, or what we would say the dog in them. But when people tend to come from higher lifestyles, they don't have that dog, that killer instinct, because they always have the option to do something else if something gets hard. So in America now they're finding a push to push this sport more into the hood, because that's where you get those dogs, where you have the people, hey, if I don't play well, I'm going back into poverty. And that's literally what makes winners. That is what makes winners. People that are trying not to be in poverty anymore. Think of our U.S. boxers, because that's kind of an international sport that where you see who's the best in the world. All of our best boxers have came from poverty. Mike Tyson literally had to eat garbage out of a can. All of that. Javante Davis. He even says in his interview, he said, man, I was fighting to survive. All I wanted to do was make money so we don't have to be poor anymore. Floyd Mayweather. Same thing, even though his family were boxers, they were on drugs. And he had to go through what he had to go through. His story is widely known. He had to fight to make something happen so they don't have to be poor anymore. And America, we don't have that right now for our US soccer team. That's why we are ass. We don't have those dogs to, hey man, I got to play to get out of this. We don't have that. That's why we're not raising a trophy, because we don't have those dogs. And they realized, and that was the big undertone after we got whooped on by Belgium, is, hey, we got to put it in the hood. It's one of those things that is sadly honest about the United States. And it was said, hey, yo, we got to put this there. We got to put this in the ghetto. That's the only way we're gonna have a chance on this world stage. That's where our best athletes come from the hood. So sorry for that intermission. Back to to the trophies.
57, and over time it's become one of the most fiercely contested and passionately followed tournaments in world football. The most successful nation is Egypt, with 7 titles to their name. The current champions are Ivory Coast, who won AFCON 2023, defeating Nigeria in the final. AFCON is known for its intensity, unpredictable results, and the emergence of top-level talent, and with many of Africa's greatest players first making their mark in this tournament. It's a tournament on par with the previous in terms of prestige. Concacaf Gold Cup. The Concacaf Gold Cup is the main international tournament for North America, Central America, and the Caribbean, organized by the Confederation.
For them to say Concacaf and the Confederation of North Central American and Caribbean Association, I can't even, God damn it, I can't read now. They said the Confederation of North Central American and Caribbean Association Football. What the hell? Why would they even spell it like that? I mean, why would they even put these collection of words together? Yeah, we don't know what that is. I think I'm going to speak for all Americans when I say we don't know what a CONCACAF or none of that is. We never heard nobody playing for any of that. We do not know what that is. And that's supposed to be here in the United States and Canada and Mexico. All of that. Yeah, we don't know what that is. That's how far removed we are from soccer is. We do not know what that is. That's crazy.
Federation of North, Central America, and Caribbean Association Football, CONCACAF. It takes place every 2 years and serves as the region's top-level competition for national
we don't
teams.
know what that is.
The most successful team is Mexico, with 9 titles. The current champions are Mexico, who won the 2023 edition, defeating Panama in the final. The Gold Cup is often used to measure progress among emerging nations in the region, while also giving North America's powerhouses a platform to dominate. Whilst the viewership isn't as massive as the other tournaments, it is still a prestigious tournament.
So it really ain't no point in watching
AFC Asian Cup. The AFC Asian Cup is the top international football competition for national.
Yeah, that was another question I was about to ask with this too. Where's the Asians? China don't be making the World Cup or nothing like that. They not good like that.
National teams in Asia, organized by the Asian Football Confederation.
Question: Australians consider Asians or just Australians? Because they show Australia on there. Are they considered Asians? That's something we need to know. Or they're just considered islanders? How did that work?
Federation. It is held every 4 years and serves as the Asian continent's equivalent of the Euros or Copa America. Japan holds the record for the most titles with 4 wins, while Qatar are the current champions after defending their title in 2023. The tournament has grown significantly in size and competitiveness over the years, with 24 teams now competing in the final tournament, and it's a vital tournament for showcasing Asian football to the world. Olympic Football Tournament. The Olympic Football Tournament is part of the Summer Olympics and is held every 4 years. While it carries prestige, especially in its early history, it now...
Yeah, that's one thing is that's the only time we actually do see soccer is through the Olympics. We don't really see it through anything else.
Functions more as a youth competition for men's football. Teams are limited to players under 23 years old, with only 3 overage players allowed per squad.
Oh, so they don't even let the young kids play. That's wild. Wow. So that means we get to see Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. You know, somebody corrected me about that.
Brazil are the most successful men's team in the modern U23 era, winning back-to-back golds in 2016 and 2020. For beginners, it's important to know that Olympic football is seen more as a development platform for emerging talents rather than a pinnacle tournament for senior men's teams. UEFA Nations League. The UEFA Nations League is a relatively new international competition created in 2018 to replace meaningless friendlies with competitive matches between European national teams. It's held every 2 years and splits teams into leagues based on rankings, promotion, relegation, and a final 4-style tournament to crown the winner. As of 2025, the current champions are Portugal, who defeated Spain in the 2025 final, winning their 2nd Nations League title, more than any other country, while the prestige of the Euros...
So it's really kind of no point in knowing everything else after that because they're losing me here. So we have to see World Cup, Champions League, Europa. It's kind of really nothing else after that, to be honest. So really, we gotta pay attention to Champions League. So we gotta hope our team gets into Champions League. If not, then we'll watch Europa. But Champions League is where it's at. Okay, I learned, man. That's me learning the trophies. Next video, I'll let you guys know my team and who I picked. Yeah. All right, y'all be easy.